halls of the Dawnspire Palace shimmered with crystal light as the alien king stood before the gathering nobles. His towering form projected authority, but those who studied his expression closely could see the strain buried beneath it. His people stood on the brink of collapse. War drums thundered beyond the horizon. Enemies circled like hungry predators. And his own daughter, the one who should have been their future, was frail from birth. The king raised a hand. Silence settled across the chamber. He motioned for his daughter to step forward. The young woman moved with careful steps, her posture straight yet fragile in every breath she took. Her pale skin glowed faintly with the natural luminescence of her species. Her eyes were gentle, too gentle for the harsh world outside. Her name was Lyra. She had never won a sparring match. She had never joined a hunt. She had never completed any rite of strength. Her people respected her royal lineage, but pity clung to her like a shadow. When she reached the king's side, whispers fluttered through the room. Into this moment walked Aaron, a lone human who had proven himself in recent battles. He had fought not for glory, but because he could not bear to watch injustice sweep through star systems. He had arrived on this world as an outsider and had earned the king's respect through courage, discipline, and a refusal to retreat when others faltered. Today he stood calm before the nobles, wearing simple armor battered from use. He looked nothing like the tall, crystalline beings around him. He was shorter, rougher, and entirely unimpressed by titles. The king spoke. "We stand at a turning point. Our enemies think we are weak. They think we will fall. They think my daughter cannot inherit my throne. They think there is no strength left in her or in our future." The chamber held its breath. To them I say, they know nothing. He turned to Aaron. "You have shown a resolve no one expected. Your species adapts. You thrive in adversity. You rise beyond your limits. And so I entrust my daughter to you, not as a possession, not as a burden, as a partner, as someone who must learn what true strength means. If she is to survive the trials ahead, she must walk a path we cannot give her." The nobles gasped. Some protested. Others stared in shock. Aaron blinked only once before answering. "If she walks that path, she will not walk it alone." Lyra exhaled in surprise. She had expected rejection or hesitation. Instead, she saw acceptance, simple and sincere. That moment changed something in her heart. She bowed her head with determination she had never felt before. Their journey began at dawn. Aaron did not treat Lyra like a delicate treasure to be shielded, but like a student capable of progress. He never pushed her past her limits, but he never allowed her to hide behind fear. She learned to balance her breathing, control her trembling hands, and focus her mind like a blade. She followed training routines crafted from human, martial discipline and modified for her alien physiology. The first days were brutal. Her limbs ached. Her lungs burned. Her muscles protested at every movement. Many times she fell. Many times she tasted dust. But Aaron never mocked her. He never pitied her. His calm steadiness kept her grounded when she collapsed after a long session. He sat beside her. "You think your weakness defines you," he said in a tone without judgment. "But strength is not something you are born with. It is something you carve out of yourself." Lyra looked at her trembling hands. "What if I carve nothing but cracks?" "Then you carve again." She breathed deeply. The answer felt impossibly simple and impossibly hard. On the 10th day, she blocked his strike for the first time. Her shock melted into quiet pride. On the 20th day, she countered a maneuver with surprising speed. On the 30th day, she stood balanced, centered, ready to face their next lesson without flinching. Her body changed slowly but unmistakably. Her once fragile frame grew firm with toned muscle. Her heartbeat grew stronger each cycle. The glow in her skin shifted from dim to vibrant. Her confidence grew with each trial. Aaron watched her progress with calm approval. He never praised her for being royal. He praised her for effort. Lyra began to see herself not as a burden, but as someone capable of shaping her fate. Word of her progress reached the palace quickly. Nobles who once dismissed her now waited for reports. Warriors who once ignored her now watched with curiosity. The king listened with guarded hope. Enemies were not idle either. Beyond the mountains, raider factions gathered. They saw the royal line as vulnerable and believed that capturing the king's daughter would break the spirit of the world. Their spies brought news of her training. They laughed at the idea of a human helping an alien princess grow stronger. They prepared an assault. The attack came at dusk. Raiders descended from the skies on metallic wings. Fire rained upon training grounds. Aaron and Lyra were mid-session when alarms blared. Smoke clouded the sky as hostile ships landed. Aaron gripped his weapon and looked at Lyra. This is the test. For a heartbeat, fear flickered in her gaze. Then determination replaced it. Together they ran toward the danger. Lyra felt every training session flash through her mind. She recalled every time Aaron told her to steady her stance. Every time he corrected her posture. Every time he reminded her that strength is built, not granted. Aaron engaged the first raider with swift precision. Lyra joined the fight, moving with a fluidity she had never possessed before. She blocked strikes that would have crushed her weeks ago. She dodged blades with renewed agility. When she countered, she did so decisively. A raider charged at her with a roar. Lyra held her ground. Her training resonated through her muscles. She sidestepped the attack, grabbed the raider's arm, and unbalanced him with a controlled motion she had practiced countless times. He fell. She stood above him with steady breath. Shock and power surged through her. Aaron fought by her side without shielding her. He trusted her to handle threats. He trusted her to survive. That trust strengthened her more than any armor. When the raiders realized the frail princess they expected was now a capable fighter, panic rippled through their ranks. Their assault faltered, but the enemy commander was not deterred. He towered above his warriors in thick armor and advanced toward Lyra with deliberate stride. His voice carried contempt. You are no threat. You are a symbol of decay. Lyra stepped forward before Aaron could intervene. I am not what I was, and you will not decide my worth. Aaron's expression tightened with concern, but he did not stop her. He had trained her for this moment. The duel began. The commander swung with crushing force. Lyra dodged narrowly. Her body reacted before her mind caught up. She countered with rapid strikes, each one precise. The commander snarled and pressed harder. She refused to retreat. Aaron watched with ready focus, prepared to step in only if she truly faltered. Lyra used a technique Aaron had drilled into her hundreds of times. She pivoted, redirected the commander's weight, and delivered a decisive strike to the weak point in his armor. The force sent him crashing to the ground. Silence engulfed the battlefield. The raiders stared in disbelief. Their commander rose with difficulty, glaring at Lyra with stunned respect. You were weak. I was, she said. You are changed. I chose to be. The commander withdrew his forces. Defeat humbled him. He signaled retreat, and the raiders vanished into the dusk. When the dust settled, Aaron approached Lyra. You kept your footing, he said with quiet pride. I did. You fought with focus. I did. You grew. I did. Her glow radiated brighter than ever. When? They returned to the palace. The nobles bowed not out of pity, but out of genuine respect. The king embraced his daughter with rare emotion. For the first time he felt hope not just for his kingdom, but for her future. Aaron stood beside her, satisfied but humble. Lyra addressed the court. I am not strong because of my birth. I am strong because I chose to rise and because someone believed I could learn. I will not be sheltered. I will stand with our people and fight for our survival." Her voice echoed through the chamber. In the following weeks, the king entrusted Lyra with leadership tasks. She traveled to outposts, coordinated defenses, and trained alongside warriors. Her newfound strength inspired others. Her transformation became a symbol for the entire world. If the once frail princess could rise, so could they. Aaron continued to train her, but now she trained him as well. Her alien agility and energy taught him new insights into combat. Their partnership became balanced, equal, and unbreakable. They faced more battles. Each time Lyra fought with fiercer resolve. Each time she proved she was no longer defined by her frailty, but by her resilience. Tales of her transformation spread across star systems. Enemies hesitated before daring to challenge her world again. Allies sought her guidance. Admirers studied her techniques. And through every step, she remembered the first moment Aaron told her. That strength was something carved out. She had carved herself into someone. Unstoppable. In time, she stood before her people once more. She carried no crown yet, but she carried something greater. She carried the weight of those who believed in her. And she carried the strength she built with her own will. Aaron stood at her side. Proud, Lyra looked across the horizon. For the first time she felt, not fear but promise. Her journey from weakness to power was not the story of a princess saved. It was the story of a fighter born from struggle, guided by a human who refused to see limits where others did. And it was only the beginning of her rise.